It was interesting to say the least. I guess, wanted to comment that Mr. Gilley, once again, doesn't accept responsibility for his conduct. He blamed the corrupt Alabama political system for his woes, even in response to the judge's question of whether or not he pled guilty. I represent Jay Walker, who was I called de facto spokesperson at Country Crossing, and we had asked for a severance from Mr. Gilley, and this turn of events, in our opinion, gives us what we wanted, and that's to have a trial where responsibility can be put where it should.
Do you think that he was just trying to take the fall instead of actually having this go to trial?
I think he's looking at a substantial sentence, and he's trying to benefit himself by pleading guilty and cooperating against others in this case.
Because he's waiting parole, do you think that means he's going to be looking at a lesser sentence?
Well, no, he's waived his appeal rights and his collateral attack rights, so whatever sentence he gets is what he'll get. But he'll substantially assist the government's effort to try to convict other people.
What does this mean for other Quinton Ross supporters?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to ask his lawyer that. I really don't. Any other questions?
Well, on behalf of Senator Ross, I came down because I wanted to see whether or not, or hear whether or not there was going to be anything new as it relates to Senator Ross. I think you all will agree with me that you certainly did not hear any factual allegations with regard to him. From our standpoint, while there's a lot of things that we could say, what we do say is that today simply verified the lack of contact that this particular defendant has had with my client, and frankly makes us more confident about the position that we have taken in this trial, or in this case, and that is that Senator Ross is not guilty.
He alluded to what he called a corrupt political system, people trying to get personal gain. Do you represent a state senator? Do you buy that argument?
I don't have any knowledge of what he is talking about. I know the facts and circumstances with regard to Senator Ross's case, and I can assure you that he does not have and has not had recorded conversations with my client. He can't say anything about my client. And so again, I'm emboldened and I feel good about Senator Ross's case. What has happened today is a tragedy as to him, perhaps a tragedy in terms of some of the other things that he mentioned, but as it relates to my client, we'll be ready to go to trial. And just as he had nothing to say today about my client, I don't believe that he'll have anything to say in terms of conversations that he has had with Quinton at any point in time.
What does this do for your defense moving forward? Does it change any game plan? Is there a possibility of a plea from here?
It does not change it at all. From day one, we knew that he did not have any contact with Senator Ross, and nothing that we've heard today has changed that in any respect. So we'll be here on June 6th, and we'll be ready to go. Thank you.
Contact, you mean that Senator Ross had nothing to do at all with what's being investigated here?
Did you hear anything? Did you hear him say anything about any contact with Senator Ross today? There you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Gilley.
Hello. Mr. Gilley just wanted me to address you just briefly. I'm David Harrison. I represent Mr. Gilley. And what Mr. Gilley has done today, after meeting with Mr. Gilley for several hours over the last 4 weeks, he's decided to do what's in the best interest of the people in the state of Alabama and to accept responsibility for what he's done. And he spoke the truth and will continue to speak the truth. And I'll take a couple of questions if I may.
Why the change of heart?
Well, after going and looking at all the evidence and talking to Mr. Gilley, it's in his best interest to be forthright and speak the truth.
You just came on with Mr. Gilley recently. What changed over the last month? There are motions to suppress, there was a motion to dismiss. What was it that changed specifically that led to this plea?
I can't comment on that right now.
24-hour full, what is that?
His son, Dexter, has surgery scheduled this morning, and we'll be with him for 24 hours and, of course, turn himself in jail again at 8 o'clock, Montgomery City Jail. Yes.
In regard to this statement, can you describe a little bit what Mr. Gilley was saying, with being naive and political corruption, things like that? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I think Mr. Gilley's statements were that he had good intentions when this began. His intentions were to be lawful and forthright. And the more he got involved, it consumed him. And according to what he said to the judge today, that it was part of the game that you had to play in Alabama politics. I certainly can't vouch for that, but that was his comment to the court. I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question. No, ma'am. He's been saying that for several weeks.
Do you expect your client to do prison time? If so, any idea how much?
I do not. I do not have an opinion on that.
Did he agree to testify at the trial in June?
All I can say is Mr. Gilley will be speaking the truth.
Can you describe your client's mental state? He's obviously been in jail since February. His business has been shut down over a year. This has got to be extremely stressful.
Yes, I think he's been incarcerated at the city jail here in Montgomery. Emotionally, obviously, he's down. His son has had an injury. He's got to deal with that. And this whole thing's been devastating to Mr. Gilley. So emotionally, I'm sure he's down. I'm sure he's relieved after today.
Mr. Harrison, what led to you taking on this role?
I can't really comment about that either.
Mr. Jones still on the case? Still part of Mr. Gilley's legal team?
At this point, yes. And I appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Sorry, my phone's been in the car because I've been out here. Sorry about that. What's up? Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I'm